Jury.
Yes.
Members of the jury, I'm going to ask each one of you individually to stand up, identify your number for the record, and then state whether the verdicts read in open court are your true verdicts. I'll start with the foreperson. And I'll read your numbers first so it's a little bit easier. So juror number 11. Were the verdicts read in open court, or are the verdicts, let me rephrase that. The verdicts read in open court, are those your true verdicts?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 3. The verdicts read in open court, are those your true verdicts?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 6.
Look at him eyeballing the jurors.
The verdicts
Found
read
guilty
in
on all
open court,
76
are those
counts.
your true verdicts?
It is.
Thank you. Juror number 14. The verdicts read in open court, are those your
That's
true
evil.
verdicts?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 19. The verdicts read in open court, are those your true verdicts?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 27. The verdicts read in open court, are those your true verdicts?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 34.
And they're proud. You can just hear it.
Yep.
The verdicts read in open court, are those your true verdicts?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 41. The verdicts read in open court, are those your true verdicts?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 45. The verdicts read in open court, are those your true verdicts?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 46. The verdicts read in open court, are those your true verdicts?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 48. The verdicts read in open court, are those your true verdicts?
They are, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Oh,
Juror number 51.
just eyeballing each one.
The verdicts
Psychopath.
read in open court, are those your true verdicts?
Yes.
Thank you. I should state for the record, I did have the alternates brought back in. Obviously, they did not deliberate, but it was important to have them because there are certain instructions I give at the
And they
end.
believe you're guilty too, I'm sure.
Right, Mr. Brooks, are you satisfied with the polling of the jurors?
No.
I'm sorry?
No.
No.
He said no.
The court is so satisfied with the polling of the jurors. The court now accepts the verdicts. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, the citizens of Waukesha County, and both parties here, I want to thank you for the time and attention that you've spent on this case. Your
What a
service in this case is now concluded. There is no requirement that you maintain secrecy concerning what happened in the jury room, but you do not have to discuss the case with anyone or answer any questions about it. On behalf, again, of the court and all of the parties, we thank you for your service over the last 3.5 weeks. You are discharged and free to go.
Oh, if I was those jury, I'd want.
All rise for the
proud
jury,
and-
please.
Yep, that was me. Happy to do it. Look at him intimidating them. Oh,
Yep.
what a monster. So he's been found guilty on all 76 charges. I'm clipping this. It was a long read. He sat silently with his head in his hands. The first voice you heard was the first voice I started this video with, so you could see the gist of it as we recap things. I was surprised to not see an outburst, to be honest. The most quiet I've seen him. He seems deflated and finally out of energy because he's been interrupting and rude this entire time.
Thank you. Be seated. Anything from the state at this time?
Your Honor, the state moves for judgment on the verdict as to each and every count.
Anything from you, Mr. Brooks?
What is judgment?
Given the verdicts from the jury here today, the court will enter judgments of conviction based upon the verdicts on all 76 counts. Court will also revoke bond. In this case, I plan on bringing the case in Monday, this coming Monday, the 31st at 1 p.m. to address further scheduling. What I would ask the parties to do between now and then is to determine how long you think each side will need to present their sentencing remarks, whether you anticipate anyone speaking on your behalf. If so, how many, how long, so that I can then look at my calendar and adjust and make sure that I have the appropriate amount of time to do that. I'm not going to sentencing on Monday. It is just for further scheduling at 1 p.m. before my afternoon case.
Yeah, I was
Judge,
curious when sentencing
would
be.
you be willing to consider persons appearing by Zoom for sentencing?
Yes, I would not do anything different than what I've been doing since we started utilizing Zoom, and that is to make it available for both victims and family members of the defendant if they so choose to make statements over Zoom.
Okay, thank you. That
You're welcome.
helps us in our planning.
All right.
Oh, that's going to be brutal.
All right, then. Thank you,
Family
everyone.
members will be on
We
Zoom
are
to
adjourned
speak to
for
them.
today. We'll see you all on Monday.
I am shocked. No blow-ups.
Yeah.
I gotta say. I guess that's part of his plan to sort of seem like he's being respectful, because that was the first moment I've actually seen him be respectful the entire time. Wow, if you're just joining us, you're watching this clip. We just watched this morning. There was a lot of questions whether there would be a mistrial due to this stupid Reddit theory. However, it's already been disproven. When the post was edited, and the prosecutor proved this point, when it was edited, it was when the jury was sequestered, and only the original poster could have edited it. So therefore, it's sort of just proof in itself that, well, the poster clearly edited things while they were sequestered and didn't have access to phones. So this idea that this should throw a wrinkle in anything is just nonsense at this point. He tried to make, Brooks, of course, tried to make that a big point to encourage a mistrial, but I don't see anything happening here. This was done so well by this judge. She was such a pro this entire time.
Yes.
As he sat there the entire time with his head in his hands. But Judge Dorow was fantastic in her patience, almost too patient to some critics that they thought. But at the end of the day, all 76 counts, including the really, they all are nasty, but near towards the end of the murder charges, he's going to go away for a long, long time. So hear him ask, what is judgment? I mean, this guy was just so... I don't even know what, Kim, how would you describe watching Brooks this trial as we've finally gotten to this point of justice served?
A roller coaster. I think we've been through so much seeing this case of someone just refusing to take accountability, refusing to respect the process. I mean, at points he was saying, you couldn't prove it was me. And then at the end, he was saying his conscience was clear and that it was God's will that this all happened. And it's like, it just went back and forth, made absolutely no sense. And here we are at the end, 76 out of 76 guilty. This has been nuts, but I do hope that this sets a precedence for people trying to defend themselves that it doesn't go well.
No.
No.
And if you want to see some of the outbursts and his arguing, you can watch the live stream we did earlier. I'm clipping this as well. We're going to stay live and take your calls, get your reactions, read through your chat. Thank you for the support here. My heart goes out to all the families who've been watching via Zoom, and I hope this gives them some closure, at least to know that, yeah, he's not going to get away with this anymore. They don't have to hear his voice anymore. His arguing, his narcissism is just, this guy was just awful, so disrespectful the entire time. And it's just nice to see justice finally served. And that jury just felt proud. You could tell that they were like, no, we're not falling for your games. There wasn't even a defense he really brought to the table. It was just chaos, a circus he was creating, delaying, trying to upend the judges and get them unnerved to try to get some sort of appeal or retrial. Bravo to the prosecution, the judge, everybody there. There was only one outburst during the first initial reading where someone in the gallery, said, burn an H, you piece of S. Honestly justified. I understand why they said it, but just unfortunate, like not the place, time, or place, because let's all be the better people, right? Let's go high while he has gone low. But yes, I will echo that sentiment of I hope he does burn an H, the piece of S, because this guy is just deplorable. We asked in the poll, should he get the death penalty as if there was the option? 73% of you said yes, 27% said no. There will be scheduling of sentencing Monday, and then we'll wait then when the sentencing will happen, at which point I can't imagine how brutal that's going to be with the family members zooming in to speak to him and his evil eyes trying to intimidate them. I don't know, Kim, someone said in the comments, and I agree, I bet you that jury was happy to look him in the eye and reach this verdict to give it to him to finally have their say after listening to his nonsense for 3.5 weeks. It's been unreal. But I appreciate you guys watching live and watching on the clip. Please do us a favor. Hit subscribe. Will you hit that bell for alerts if you're here? Got lots more content. I hope you'll check it out. Smash the like button. Leave your comments on this. Are you surprised that there wasn't an outburst? Make sure you also subscribe to It's Kim. We're going to open up the phone lines for our live show. If you missed the live show, we're here every day in the afternoon. We were here a little earlier today because of this judgment, but I hope to see you in a future show. Thank you guys so much for watching here on Popcorn Planet.